GarageWarrior.com. Today I want to answer the question, should I stop exercising when my form breaks down? And that's super duper important because with the popularity of high intensity functional cross training growing, things like CrossFit, P90X and stuff, people are doing more high intensity work, but they're also letting form slip a little bit more. Now, what I think is that you should get to the point where your form starts to slip a little bit, but you shouldn't get to the point where you might injure yourself. And this is a very, very thin line you have to walk, because if you never push yourself to the point of form breakdown, then you're never going to have that mental toughness to keep working hard during really challenging workouts or challenging things in your life. But if you go too far, you can potentially injure yourself. So there are some key things that you got to make sure of that you're not going to violate when doing your workouts, okay? So one of the things I see people doing all the time is things like deadlifts or snatches or Olympic lifts. So if you're doing your deadlifts and you lose your back and you're rounding your back forward like this and you're doing reps like this, probably not a good idea. It's time to stop when you lose your lumbar spine. So if you have heavy weights and you're lifting and your thoracic spine starts to go a little bit, but your back's still flat, and then finally your lower back goes like that, time to stop the set. When your lower back rounds, it's time to stop the set. When you're picking heavy weights up from the ground to your shoulders, so you're doing like dumbbell cleans, kettlebell cleans, or barbell cleans, and you start having to do this stuff, where you pull the bar up and you go, and you do this kind of humpy thing like that, it's probably time to stop and work on your form, especially with those kind of lifts, because the clean is a skill lift. So you want to be able to do that almost every single time. If you start leaning back and doing goofy stuff, then it's not good for you. And finally, with the snatches, if you're going overhead with weights and you start losing it, you start having to drop it, things like that, obviously not a good thing. So these are just some examples of when form breaks down. You know, you've got body weight exercises when they lose their shoulders at the bottom of the pull-up, push-ups when they lose their core when they're doing push-ups. All these things can be potentially destructive. So the key is looking at your biomechanics. Are your shoulders in the right place? Looking at where your knees are. Your knees not caving in. Your thigh bone is always going the same direction as your toes. Your spine is always staying neutral, especially when under load, like in deadlifts and cleans. You're not having to lean back with weights overhead or on your shoulders, okay? So should you stop exercising when form breaks down? Yeah, when form breaks down enough to have you violate any of those principles, you should probably stop. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't push it to the limit and keep doing exercise even when you have slightly not perfect form. So work out hard, but don't work out stupid. If you guys like this video, click the button right there, help me spread the warrior message. Otherwise, go to GarageWarrior.com for some more awesome home workout tips and tips on how to live the warrior lifestyle. Thanks so much for watching.